with a push of a pedal. Water drips from the city of Jackson's outside hand washing station, equipped with soap and paper towels. This is the city's latest idea at preventing the spread of the coronavirus. Water here is definitely not as bad as it was earlier. As you can see, the water is just coming up to my ankles, but before, just hours ago, it was right up to about my mid-calf right here. So the water is definitely receding, and as it does, families are trying to restore and build, and as they do, city officials are trying to figure out how they're going to clean up this mess. Greg and Kirsten Offenbecker own this bed and breakfast in St. John's called the Nordic Pineapple, and they've been flying their Norwegian flag ever since they moved here 2 years ago. But recently, they had to remove it because people were confusing it for the Confederate flag.
We started to have this concern that it was deterring people from coming to our bed and breakfast, that people would see it and make this judgment.
Greg and Kirsten Offbecker decided to remove their Norwegian flag from displaying at the front entrance of their bed and breakfast in St. John's last week. Kirsten says dozens of people have been confusing their flag for the Confederate flag.
We're trying to embrace our heritage, but just felt that right now, with where everything is, with everything that's been going on in our country, that now just not the time. They are the same color, but there are no stars on the Norwegian flag, and the Confederate flag is a big X. And the Norwegian flag, as part of those Nordic countries, they all have a big they're all crosses, right?
The couple says they're proud of their heritage, but says it's not worth the frustration.
When we did our photography over, I was like, we need to take it down, which he was opposed to. He was like, people should know the difference. And I was like, they should, but they don't. But the damage was really done. I came down and was like, I'm done. I've had enough. I'm tired of people mistaking us for this.
The Offbeckers moved into the historic home 2 years ago. Kirsten says they've received hate mail and phone calls ever since.
What we're getting is so much more negative now. It's not just, hey, you're flying the Confederate flag. It's, you should be ashamed to fly the Confederate flag. You're a bigot because you fly the Confederate flag.
Kirsten tells me that some people are even convinced this mansion was built by a Confederate leader, but that's false. It was actually built by union workers for the daughter of the town's founder. Live in St. John's, Maureen Halliday, News 10. For now, this second grade classroom is just the teacher, but starting next week, it'll be filled with nearly 20 students beginning hybrid learning.
See if yours looks like mine. Nice job.
Michael Jarecki is gearing up to bring his second graders back. Of his 23 students, 5 have chosen to learn from home.
Those kids at home they won't miss a beat. And I'll just have the screen here facing me behind my protective glass. So, it kind of keeps me safe and keeps kids safe. And we'll just unmute them so their voices can be heard in our classroom, and so they can kind of contribute and share things with kids in here. So.
Jarecki and the school are trying to reduce as much student-to-student contact as possible.
Where I have to space out my cubbies in the back with, kids can't be too close. The desks are, I guess would be in clusters in the past, so they're being groups, and now they're spaced out. Here's my short eyeball words today. One of them is flip.
In-person students will go to school 4 days a week, but on Wednesdays, they'll learn from home.
For deep cleaning purposes, so our buildings will have a deep clean every 2 days.
Stockbridge is taking extra precautions. First, bringing back early learners and students transitioning into a new school.
Ensure that we can have all our resources devoted to those students at that time to make sure they're safe, secure, following the new procedures and protocols. And then 2 weeks later, we'd bring the other 2 buildings in to ensure their safety.
In-person classes will start Tuesday for students at Smith Elementary and junior high, but all students will be fully transitioned into hybrid learning starting September 21st. In Stockbridge, Maureen Halliday, News 10.